The AOC situation. Did you guys? I've been really excited to share this story with you. So she went, she went to the Met Gala. The Met Gala is isn't it? It's a museum fundraiser that super uber, mostly lefty, rich people go to. It's all lefty. Although Tom Brady did go to it one year with his wife, now ex-wife. They go there and they eat probably convention chicken, and which is like less tasty than airplane chicken, which is a thing now on menus, and I don't get it. And they spend $35,000 per ticket, and they all wear like couture, right? So AOC desperately wanted to go. She wanted to be seen on the red carpet. She wanted to be there. She wanted to be in this dress. She wanted to, it's a whole thing. She wanted to say tax the rich. I love it over at New York Post because they say it should have read stiff the proletariat. And that's exactly, she wanted it. It's the number one social event of the year for these people. Now, you can, like people who are in elected office can attend nonprofit events, but this isn't her district where it was held at, and they don't really invite members of Congress. So she ended up getting 2 free tickets after she butt-kissed Anna Wintour and her staffers, I mean, not her. And she had an invitation sent to her, according to New York Post, to say her and her boyfriend were guests of Vogue. But the problem, as they note, and we all wondered at the time, is that you can't take near 7-figure gifts from companies that have lobbyists. And Vogue is a part of a firm that owns, part of Spectrum and all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of questions there. And in fact, her own attorneys were warning them she can't accept an invitation from Vogue, since their advanced publications owners are registered lobbyists. You can't do that. There are laws but she didn't care about laws. She wanted to go and be seen. The laws are for the little people. She was warned by so many attorneys. All kinds of people. There were all sorts of emails back and forth between the Office of Congressional Ethics and her office, saying that, they were saying that there was an attempt to minimize Vogue's role in her invitation. It was one thing if the Met invited her, but because it was an organization that had a registered lobbyist that invited her, that's a violation of their ethics. They can't do it. Now, she'll probably get fined. I hope she is. But that's only one part of it. So here's where it gets even more cringe. As if it was embarrassing enough that she was begging on her hands and knees for an invitation to this thing and then ignored all counsel, saying that it was legally compromising. She stiffed everybody that helped her get ready to go. She found a dress from a Brooklyn designer and she got the fittings, the materials, the day of styling, the consultation. And I agree with what the New York Post says. I mean, that was probably at least $10,000 in terms of value. But they actually badgered them down to only cost $1,300 and label it as a rental. But she didn't actually pay it. In fact, in the weeks that followed, her campaign staff badgered the struggling designer to lower the price to $300 because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez does not care about the labor of the designer, a small business person, that the amount of work that they put in to create the dress, tailor it specifically for her because it had to be fitted to her, do everything. No. They don't care about all the hours and weeks of time that this person and their staff put into it. They were only going to pay $300. And New York Post has all the emails to prove it. Somebody was upset because AOC did not pay them. She could not explain to the Office of Ethics why the gown rental costs were reduced. The designer is going to be subpoenaed now. Because you can't take something that's worth $10,000 and say, oh no, they gave it to me only for this much. If that's the worth of it, that's the worth of it. That's the value. So she purchased designer shoes, $635 designer shoes, and she changed that on her their paperwork to say that, it was just a rental. Now, listen to how beggy and cringe and absolutely, can I just say it, broke ass this is. Her staff emailed the dress designer, or they texted them saying, quote, Just confirming that you're thinking of providing her boyfriend with a tie/cummerbund. She couldn't even spell cummerbund correctly. She goes, there's no restriction on Riley, by the way. Oh my gosh, cringe. Champagne taste on a natty light budget. They want free stuff that they don't have to report. She didn't pay the makeup artist for 6 months. Do you know that the makeup artist who did Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's makeup sent her to a collection agency because she wasn't paying? Sent her to a collection agency because she did not pay. Oh, and that's not it. The hair, $477. The hairstylist rep emailed her staff threatening to file a complaint with the New York Department of Labor because she wasn't paying. Transportation from the Bronx to the Carlisle Hotel, almost $600. And it wasn't until 8 months after that she reimbursed Condé Nast publication for her $180 share. I don't know why they had to split it because she had taken 3 people to the event. The designer, or the hotel rather, she paid over $4,000, $4,600 to stay at this hotel. They didn't pay that. They had to reimburse the designer over a year later. The boyfriend's shoes and bow tie, over a year later. The car service, same thing. I mean, it was wild. She was not paying nobody. The only person that actually got paid, according to New York Post, and they have all the emails and texts, by the way, it's really bad, was her manicurist because the manicurist demanded cash. Now, this broad acts like she's of the people. Remember when she bought her most expensive version of the Tesla, parked it illegally outside of Whole Foods? She wanted to go to this $35,000 a plate. She acts like she's taxed the rich. She can't even pay the poor or pay the middle class, pay the people who help her. She's just like every other limousine liberal, except a lot of those people are trust fund socialists. She doesn't have the trust fund, but she wants it. She's disgusting. I can't stand her.